I don't know.
So, dudes. So. All right, and
Are we echoing yet?
there we go. I hear it echoing.
No, it's me.
Okay.
So, dudes.
Like clockwork.
It sounds good. Sounds great.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, well, fuck. I messed up here. Hold on. All right, there we go. I'm Big Sheeps. Welcome you to Sheeps Clothing, where this week, like every week, we're going to have a fantastic interview for you. That's not how that goes at all, but I got to get back into the swing of this. So, this is my counterpart, Dylan, right here. He's my co-host. So this week, like every week, we're going to have a live interview. So if you could go ahead and share the video for us, if you can also comment as much as possible to make sure that we have some pretty sweet questions and all that jazz. So, Dylan, how was your week?
It was fantastic. I want to hear about Warped Tour.
Yeah? Tell me what you did first. You don't get
I
out
went.
of that easy.
I actually went shooting today.
Oh, yeah? What did you shoot?
I went and shot 45, shot 22, shot actually 25 millimeter. It was a little pea shooter. Shot some shotguns, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 357s. Just went clay shooting, pistol shooting. No big deal.
I love shooting clay. It's just fun.
Oh, it's a fucking blast.
It's definitely a good one.
Yeah, shooting clays in the middle of nowhere. It's cool. Good times.
You have a friend with like a range or something? Or
No, we
just
actually
an
had to
area?
go. We had to go pay someone to go shoot on there. It's like a golf course for guns. It was a lot of fun.
A golf course for guns. That'd be cool. Like that was like an actual thing.
It is.
They throw the skeet, and if you don't shoot it or something, then like it counts as
Par.
play it where it lies.
Par 3.
So yeah, I went to Warped Tour this year, and I wasn't expecting it to be like awesome or anything, but I'll say it, I was absolutely surprised at how well they knew who was going to see who and where they would put them and how they would play. Because when I went, it was like good band, shitty band, good band, all on one stage. And then it was like when that one shitty band was playing, there was a good band on another stage. So we only really had like an hour and a half of downtime. But yeah, like one of the bands I really wanted to see was CKY. Like musically, they're not the fucking greatest band in the world, but they have some bangers. But it's more of a nostalgia thing for me. I have listened to CKY since fucking 98 or something like that, like way back in the day, like before CKY 2K came out. I remember that. So I was like super psyched to see him, but then I realized that the lead singer is not with them anymore. So
Was Jesse still playing drums?
yeah, Jess Margera still plays drums, and
Cool.
what's his name? I think his name's Chad or something like that. The guitar player. Nobody knows G.G. Allen. I'll kill him. Chad Ginsburg. That guy. He's the vocalist now. So it's a little bit weird, but I mean it's still CKY, and they only played like 4 songs. Chad was pissed drunk, and like it was what you would expect. And then I saw Carnifex play. I've seen Carnifex before. I just never realized how, like, this dude looks like a fucking Hot Topic catalog, like, threw up on him. It's so fucking disgusting to me. And, like, they're all wearing this, like, strange leather, but it looks like garbage bags. But, I mean, it was decent, I guess. And then, I saw dudes. I saw... after Carnifex, Acacia Strain played. Acacia Strain fucking killed it and completely reassured my love for the Acacia Strain. Vince looks like...
Vincent.
Well, Vincent. I know he's Edge, but he looks like he's lost weight, but not in a good way. I mean, he looks like almost sickly, like, but... I don't know. He still fucking slayed it. He fucking did so good. Like, it was definitely the best show of the evening. And then I saw Amir play, which I'm picky with Amir. I don't really like Amir to an extent, but like the Respect issue, I'll give it to him. I love that album. It was a great album. But it's so weird. He looks like a SoundCloud rapper when he's when he's screaming. He's like doing all this like shit, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I forgot Dylan can't see me right now. This is funny. And then
I'm watching delayed, and you're like,
yeah, but he yeah. So they just it was good, but it wasn't anything crazy. And then we saw my fiance has never even heard of Guar, so of course I had to show her. And it was like, honestly, I had like an emotional moment during Guar, because which is funny to say because it's a bunch of giant aliens that smoke crack that like piss blood on people and shoot dick cannons of like green pus at people and shit. But basically, at one point, the new vocalist, which I don't like Guar for their music, honestly. Like, their music isn't the greatest thing in the world, but the show is absolutely fantastic. So,
how was Attila? I saw you
Snapchatted
Attila.
I didn't Snapchat Attila. I was nowhere near Attila's stage.
Don't lie to us.
Go look at my snap right now, bro.
Don't lie. I got your snap on speed dial.
Anyway, during Guar, the new lead singer, which does awesome, by the way. He actually kind of sounds like Odorous. But during the song, he's just like, this song goes out to the greatest fucking rock and roll musician and vocalist that ever lived. And of course, you know, they're talking about their old lead singer who had passed away. I think it was a heroin overdose, but I could really like feel, for the first time in my entire life, I felt empathetic because, well, Dylan knows, but I recently had a friend pass away very tragically, so like I kind of felt for them, and for them this to be like one of their, I think it might be their first, or I think they had done a tour before this, but still, it's still fresh wounds for them, and to be on stage and, you know, to have it live on and dedicated to somebody that was so close to you, it's just, you know, it's an important thing, and I'm glad that they did it, and my eyes welled up a little bit. I was like, man, that's fucking touching. And it's funny because it was at Guar. So but during the beginning, like, the security guards had no idea what was going to happen. And, you know, they're standing between the crowd and everything else. So, like, the lead singer has 4 dicks, and they all just spray blood. And they're screaming, literally, they're singing their song, Fuck This Place. And they're just screaming, Fuck This Place, at the top of their lungs, and pissing blood out of their dicks all over these security guards. And, like, I'm sure they're like commissioned to be there, and that's like one of their only uniform shirts and shit, you know, and they're just getting sprayed with blood. And the security guard got all pissed, and then fucking the new lead singer just kind of like sprayed his dick directly on the security guard, and he was like, he's like, take it easy, old man, or some shit like that. It was too fucking funny. But yeah, so if you guys are just joining us, we're about to bring Chaney in, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll try to make sure as many of those get filled as possible. Also, make sure that you share this so that anyone else can see this that's interested. Let's see. Angry Reacts don't win this week, so whoever's dropping Angry Reacts, or we're just horrible, I don't know. But we always appreciate the Angry Reacts. just actually, it was funny because last week after we did the giveaway for Angry Reacts, Keith messaged me and he's just like, what happened? Like, what'd you say? I haven't watched the interview yet. I just see all these angry reacts. It was funny as shit. But fuck it, you guys, you want to do a giveaway this week, Dylan?
A giveaway? Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
We can do a giveaway. Just go ahead and type it in the comments for me.
Okay.
If you share this post, you will receive a Locust mini disc.
You can keep talking. I got it. You trying to find it?
Locust mini disc. Sorry, and not everyone will receive one, but one lucky viewer out of everyone who shares will receive Locust mini disc straight from Pearson himself. So just remember that. I'll remind people throughout. Also, if you've never heard of the Locust, you should probably kill yourself. It's okay. Let me let me toss her in here, and then we'll see what happens.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Can you see me?
No, you're gonna have to hit your video button.
Oh, dear God, again. Okay. Holy shit. Just a second.
That's how we sound every time we start the show.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
How are you doing?
Dang!
Hey guys, I'm at the beach.
So you
Happy-
mentioned that you're on your vacation. Where are you at?
I believe I'm in Huntington Beach right now. I'm in Orange County, California.
Heck yeah.
Right on, right on.
Oh.
Where are you normally from?
I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, but I've lived in Santa Cruz, California for the past 5 years. And then I lived in LA for about a year and a half before that. But yeah, Iowa represent 515 right here.
Was there?
I've got it tattooed on my arm, so it's never.
Was there a decent scene in Iowa?
Absolutely. That's where I grew up in the Des Moines scene, man. That's where I played music for most of my musical career at this point. Yeah, there's a great scene in Des Moines. You know, we all know that Slipknot came from there. So
Right on.
yeah, there's a great scene.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they did have an album called Iowa.
Yeah, they did. They're the one band out there representing for our state. And really the only band who's ever truly represented for their own state, right? I mean, does anyone have an album called North Dakota?
I'm sure that there's a lot of little New York gimmicks
I'm sure.
sprinkled
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
'Cause it
you're
seems
right.
like people
You're right.
in the hardcore scene from New York are like absolutely fucking in love with New York. But
Right. I was going to say there's probably like a total New York hardcore album that's called like, you know, that's an area code from New York or something, right?
But I'm sorry I didn't introduce ourselves earlier. I'm Nicholas, and this is Dylan.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Chaney.
It's very nice to meet you, and I want to thank you for doing this, especially while you're on vacation.
Of course, man. Thank you guys for having me. I know it's been kind of a back and forth between us. I'm glad that we worked this out. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Dylan, if you'll fill the questions in the comments per usual. And I also want to remind anybody, if you have questions you want to ask, make sure you drop them in the comments. Also, we're doing a giveaway this week for a Locust mini disc. All you have to do is share this post. So you could win free shit that you can never listen to in your car because it's small and it'll get stuck in your fucking your CD player. So don't ever do that.
You know.
So Chaney, what is your latest release?
Our last release would be the Infinite Nothing, which we put out in 2016. I think April 1st of last year. So we've had it out for about a year, right? We actually just turned in our second album as well, which I'm really excited about. And it's hard for me to not talk about it because I'm so stoked.
Oh, it's going to be some
But yeah.
secretive shit.
Yeah. You know, I'm in that period right now where I can't, it's really hard for me to keep it from people because I want people to hear it so badly. Like, this is the best music we've ever written. And it's crazy to think about the fact that our band, the four of us are really the only people who have heard this new music that we're working on. So
Right on. Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
people are eagerly awaiting it. So
I am.
just keep in mind, folks, that there's some new stuff coming.
Yeah, please do.
So out of all the stuff that you guys have written already, what's your favorite song to play live?
My favorite song to play live is probably An Ever Expanding Human. I think it's it's either the third or fourth track from The Infinite Nothing, which we put out last year. And it's like a super song. Like it's an easier song to play live to me because I'm not like totally just losing my breath the entire time, which, you know, tends to be the case with most of our shit. But beyond that, it's got like this super sick section toward the end of the song where there's like a drum solo and everyone's just kind of jamming out. And I love playing that song live. But really, I just like playing live, period. It's hard for me to, you know, that's kind of where that's my niche, if you will, is playing live. So,
right
and any song I like playing live, really.
So, like, has being a female in a genre that's absolutely, you know, like a very male-dominated masculine genre, do you think that's affected your band and popularity, like, positively, or do you think that it's been more of a struggle for you guys to get noticed?
I definitely don't think that it's been a struggle. I don't really know if I can't really answer that fairly, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's affected. That would be much more for someone on the outside of our band to judge.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's been a negative thing whatsoever, or I don't know if it's really been positive for us either. It's kind of, people seem to be fairly neutral in 2017, you know, even compared to when I was like 18 years old in Iowa and playing in the scene like I was talking about earlier. It's I think we just exist as a band, and my gender I don't really think works for or against us in any case. Yeah. I don't.
The reason I asked that is because I got a little static last week because I said when it comes to, like, you know, death metal and stuff like that, the females that have done it, like, you know, like Arch Enemy and stuff like that, like, it hasn't ever really appealed to me because it just wasn't the sound that I was looking for. Because I'm also a vocalist, so like that's what I listen to when I listen to an album. I listen to the vocals, and if that appeals to me, then I'll be on board, and then I'll listen to the music and figure out if I like it or not. So
that's exactly how I am as well, man. And you know, I don't. That's where I'm coming from as well. I've never based a band on do you have a chick or a man doing vocals. I base it on things like, what's your tonality? What's your pronunciation?
Exactly.
Like what kind of a patterns are you producing? I care far more about creativity than I've ever cared about, you know, what gender the person producing
for sure and
this stuff has been.
I don't mean I judge it as a gender. I'm judging it as a sound, you know?
You're judging it on whether or not you like it, which is
what it comes down to is, honestly, I can gladly say that you are the first female that I can actually listen to and not be turned off by it whatsoever. And it has nothing to do with gender or anything. Like I said, it's just sound. But when I hear it, it's like I am absolutely amazed that you have the range that you do. This is a very long-winded, strange compliment. Is basically
I greatly appreciate that, and I would much rather be judged on all of that kind of stuff than the fact that I am a woman. You know, I'm right there with you. Like I said, I give a major shit about lyrics and patterns and all of that stuff, and that's how I'm judging people. And dude, thank you for the compliment, because I know how it is to be a vocalist and just want to hear people who are sick at doing vocals.
Right on.
Sorry if I'm is the screen okay right now? I'm like pushing some weird.
It's fine.
You're good. You're a little bit shaky, but it's
I've
okay.
I've never talked on Skype on my phone before, so this is thank you. I appreciate that compliment very much.
Yeah, no problem. Dylan, is there anything in the comments?
Yeah, I got Jeremy Smith. Asked Chaney if her affinity for Alan Watts extends to any other transcendental perennial philosophers. Or
wow,
else,
is that really the first question?
That's a deep ass fucking question.
Wow, we're going straight into philosophy. Okay,
right. I can come back to that if you want.
No, that's great. I will answer it right now. I approach philosophy from a very unbiased standpoint. I was studying philosophy in college, and I guess that, you know, Immanuel Kant would be the first transcendental, I guess, philosopher that I would go to but yeah, I mean, if you don't know who that is, you should check him out. I just love philosophy. I come at it. I love all kinds of philosophers. So to ask me that question is, I don't know. I just approach it. I enjoy hearing about philosophy and different people's philosophies on life and all kinds of different things. So yeah, that's a weird question to answer, really, because that's like hours and hours of conversation. Who asked that question?
Jeremy Smith.
Okay, Jeremy, you and I should talk in like a private message or something, because that's like way too long-winded of a question to get into right now. But yeah, Emmanuel Kant. That's what I'll go with for now.
Right on, Dylan. Anything else?
At the moment, no. I'll get back.
Really, that is it's a question about fucking philosophy.
I think
no. It's just a lot of people saying.
I think everybody else is just intimidated by that question. They don't know how to follow it.
Yeah,
What's your favorite cereal?
Jason Armstrong asked, he said, I'm very hard to please when it comes to new music, but Entheos, damn. Amazing musicianship with Chaney's vocals, killer. Thank you.
Entheos.
Man.
Definitely a lot of compliments.
I'll give that typical, I can't wait for you guys to hear our new album answer, because like I said, I keep forgetting no one has heard our new album, and truly I think that is the best thing that I and anyone in my band has ever, I'm so excited about it. I just really want you guys to hear that more than anything, so I can't wait until you hear that.
What would you say is your guys' your writing method? Like, how do you come about writing new material?
Well, that's another reason why this record is so awesome, because we literally, the four of us got together in my house, which is like a studio apartment, more or less, like barn type situation. And the four of us were all there, and the three guys all wrote our entire album together as one unit. Like, Navene, our drummer, comes in with a lot of riffs because he plays guitar as well. And Travis and Evan, our guitar player and bass player, both came in with a lot of riffs and basically just worked it all out in a room together while I was writing lyrics and kind of like, saying, oh, that part fucking rules. And, just coming up with, so we all came up with it together in a room, and that's how we wrote this album. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about it, because it was a true group effort. And I feel like this is the first time that we've been able to really do that.
Right on.
So, yeah.
So what would you say is your biggest vocal influence?
I would say Marcus Persson, who was on Frederick Thorndahl. Are you guys familiar with him? He's in Meshuggah, the guitar player.
Okay, yeah.
Of Meshuggah. He has a solo project called Frederick Thorndahl's Special Defects, and they released an album in '98 called Soul Niger Within. And Marcus Persson was the vocalist on that album. And holy shit, that album has just affected my entire vocal range, just the way that I write.
Yeah.
And everything. He's probably my biggest influence. But, besides him, like when I was a kid, Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder, huge influence. That dude
Definitely.
Has
100%.
An insane range, and we've been on tour with Black Dahlia, and Trevor fucking nails it every single night. One of the best vocalists of all time.
I will agree with you hands down.
yeah, hell yeah. So he's a huge influence. Johnny Davey is incredible. Dude is a fucking monster. So yeah, those are probably my top three. The vocalist of Dimmu. His name is totally escaping me right now, but he's amazing. Yeah.
So how would you say you learned that you could scream? Like, how did you figure it out?
It was a lot of listening to people who did this kind of vocal and just trying to push it out. I was terrible when I started screaming, and it would just make me cough all the time. But just, when I was like 13 or something, I just started trying to emulate, like Randy Blythe and Corey Taylor and all of that type of shit. So it was just a lot of practice.
For sure.
More than anything.
Have you had any, were you ever in like chorus or had like vocal training or anything like that?
I was in chorus in middle school. I was in swing choir where we like danced and sang at the same time, and we wore these cute little skirts. I was a lead in a musical, Fiddler on the Roof. I had a ton of like solo song parts in that. So yeah, I sang a lot before I became a screamer. And originally I wanted to like sing and scream when I was 13 or 14 or something. And eventually I just kind of buckled down. And I was just like, you have to like be good at one thing and then you can do both. But I kind of just stuck with screaming.
Right on.
Really.
Anything in the comments, Don?
Yeah, a lot of everybody wants teasers from the new album.
No teasers.
Well, the new album
I'm on the beach, you guys. I have nothing from the new album.
Todd asks, will the new album be a huge departure from the Infinite Nothing? Is there any clean singing?
There is no clean singing. No. As far as a departure, I think, yeah. I'm a screamer, and I have not found a part in our music that I thought called for clean singing. And I mean, what the fuck ever. It doesn't. But a huge departure would be kind of no. It sounds like Entheos, but it does sound like a more. We were kind of joking and saying that it sounds like we got a producer to help us write songs, but in reality, it was just us writing stuff. We got a new musicians. Yeah, and we got a new guitar player on this album who I feel like, Travis, who is our guitar player now, is the guitar player of Entheos. And I mean that in a way that no one who was before him really fit the band as well as he does. And he's just like a necessary addition to our band. And he's brought a lot of his own influence to the band. And although it hasn't changed our sound as a complete thing, it's had an effect on our sound, but it's totally not a crazy departure. We're still a metal band when it comes down to it. So, but yeah, I just think what I really think this new album is doing is kind of like going further in every direction. We have a bass player who writes solo music, so we're going a little bit further in the like, okay, Evan has more of a voice in this album type thing. Navene has a solo project, our drummer, and it's kind of like got a lot of Navene K influence. To me, this really sounds like what you would anticipate a release from me, Navene, Evan, and Travis would sound like. Whereas I think that before we were kind of just writing like, pretty straightforward death metal, more or less. Whereas we're not really doing that now. I think there are probably like 3 blast beat sections on this entire new album. So
Brian O'Leary asked, is there any guest work?
Nope.
No guest work?
No guest work. We're a band, man. We're a band of 4 people. We don't need guests.
That we actually came up with these 2 questions on the last show. What is your dad's favorite band?
My dad's favorite band is Boston.
Yes.
It is.
Right on.
Hey, Dad, I wonder if you're watching right now, man. Boston. My dad is also the reason why I listen to so much country music. So, he's really into like George Strait, Garth Brooks type of 90s country.
I secretly love living shit out of Garth Brooks.
Dude, me too.
It's not a secret.
On tour at like, I love driving at night. I love being the overnight driver, and I'll just throw on like some fucking George Strait or Garth Brooks or, whatever to get me through the night. I love it.
And what was your first CD?
It was Christina Aguilera's first album. I can't remember what it was called, but it had Genie in a Bottle on it.
There you go.
That was the first CD that I walked into Kmart and bought.
Mine was Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock, so at the same time.
Chocolate Starfish?
No, it was Significant Other.
Damn. Look at you, man.
All right, go ahead, Dylan. Anything else?
That's it for the comments for now.
Okay.
Oh, any band you would want to tour with? asked by Sergio.
There are a lot of bands I want to tour with. I want to tour with Meshuggah, obviously.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to tour with fucking Meshuggah.
What would be the dream lineup?
Dream lineup.
4 bands.
There are just, you know what? My dream lineup would be us and Frederick Thorndahl's Special Defects, Dimmu,
and Christina
and
Aguilera.
that's it. No, that would be horrible.
You guys would probably have a pretty big bill. Like, you guys would get fat paid for that tour, though.
We'd
honestly.
get, I don't know, we might get like a $50 opening slot on that one. But no, I think it would be with Dimmu and the Special Defects and Slipknot.
Right on. Slipknot brings the show for sure.
That's right, man.
So what's the weirdest place you've ever played a show?
The weirdest place I've ever played a show. Okay, it wasn't with Entheos. It was with an old band. We played like in a straight up barn, like that housed animals in it.
It wasn't in Europe, was it?
No, I haven't ever played a show in Europe, actually.
Because we keep getting this. People keep telling us about this fucking weird barn in Europe that they keep playing shows at, and I'm curious to know where the fuck that's at.
I'm sure there are a few. They're referring to a few. No, this one was in Iowa, man. This was like probably 6 or 7 years ago in a barn in Iowa. It was my old band's last show, and there was a lot of like hay and shit flying around, but yeah. So it's probably the weirdest venue I've ever played, but you know.
Has Entheos ever had beef with any other artists, or has anybody else ever like said negative things about you guys or anything?
I mean, maybe behind our backs, but nothing.
Nothing public.
Nothing that I've ever heard. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't existed long enough for that. But you know, Christina Aguilera, if you're watching this, man, come over. I'm ready to start some beef with you, girl.
What is the worst stage injury ever inflicted upon yourself or someone else that you've ever seen in a live show?
Oh, okay. This was years ago. I was at a cattle decapitation show in Des Moines, and Josh, the guitar player, a light fell from the like chassis that they hold lights on above the stage. It fell down and dropped on the top. It smashed him on the top of his fucking head.
Holy
and he
fuck.
just dropped onto the stage, and then he played the rest of the show. I mean,
that's a
dude,
fucking champ right there. Holy shit.
That was actually the craziest shit I've ever seen live, because I thought he died. It was one of those canister lights. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
how crazy would that have been if he died? Holy shit. Like,
I mean, that would have been horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Like, but to see that with your own eyes, like, holy fuck. Like, you just saw that guy get crushed with the light.
It was really fucked up, dude. It just totally, he dropped. Yeah. So that's the craziest thing I've ever seen, for sure.
All right. I just want to remind everybody that we're doing a sharing contest where if you share this video, you will receive a Locust mini disc from...
Hey, if you share this, you're getting a mini disc.
Yeah, if you share, you'll get a mini dick, straight up. And also, give us some angry reacts to freak Keith out.
Yeah.
What's the most fun show you've ever played, if you can add it up?
Holy shit. There have been a lot of really fun shows, but probably one of the first shows that we played as Entheos, we did this festival with like, I think the Red Chord was reuniting and played it, and BT Bam played it in Austin, Texas, and it was probably our fourth show. It was our first run that we ever did as a band, and people were just freaking out, and it was absolutely the most fun I've ever had at a show, just because of the crowd. You know, everyone was just having a really good time. But really, there have been a ton of great shows. The first time that Entheos played San Francisco, which is where I live, you know, I live in the Bay Area now, so just playing that show was really, really fucking surreal and fun, and it was a sold-out show with the Black Dahlia Murder, and I'm just never, ever going to forget that, because it was my first show in my new home, this place that I've lived for 5 years. So it's a lot of shows like that. I just have a lot of fun at shows that are just mean a lot to me. The first time we played Des Moines was incredible. And I'm sure that every time this band plays Des Moines, it's going to be amazing, just because, you know, to go back and play the place that I'm from, where I grew up, and like I was saying earlier, I fucking grew up in the scene there. So to play shows there,
you
just
got hit with a frisbee.
yeah, that's my friend behind me. But yeah,
what would you say is the most like influential performance you've ever seen? Like, you're standing in the audience and you're just like, I want to fucking do this.
I can name this. Okay, I think it was 2014. Maybe it was 2015, Summer Slaughter. Fetus played. I think Morbid Angel was headlining, but they couldn't make it to the San Francisco date, so Dying Fetus headlines. And Dying Fetus, first of all, is one of my favorite fucking bands of all time. And this was a point when I wasn't in a metal band, and I wasn't playing music, and I was kind of going to school studying philosophy, and I straight up thought that I would never play music again. And seeing Fetus's set just changed my entire life, and it made me remember how much I loved this genre of music and how much I felt that I belonged playing music. So yeah, that was a fucking life-changing set, man. But last week I saw my favorite band of all time. They're called Air. They're a French, like, dreamy, kind of trippy band, and that changed my life as well. So I don't know, best shows of all time are kind of happening pretty consistently for me. Oh, there's my friend Kat back there in the background again. Kat, you are the interview girl. Go.
So like, what are some of the bands that you have toured with? I know you said Black Dahlia Murder.
We've toured with Black Dahlia. We've toured with Dillinger, Escape Plan, The Contortionist, Monuments, Veil of Maya, Artificial Brain, Revocation. We've toured with a lot of fucking great bands. Intronaut, My Boys, A Moontooth. We've done probably 5 tours, but all with people who I just absolutely love and respect. Oceano. I think I just named everyone, actually.
Adam is
Iron Reagan, Goat Whore.
Adam is definitely one of my favorite vocalists for sure. That dude is ridiculous.
Yeah, right. Dude, Adam is one of the best. That dude, like, watching him live every night, I'm just like, this dude is a fucking monster. Like, it's just a different level of vocalization. It's like, I consider what I do to be drastically different from what Adam does, just because his shit is so, like, from the chest, guttural, like, crazy monstrosity type. That dude's a legend.
If I could
Adam Warren, you're a legend if you're watching this.
If I could ever have anyone's, like, vocal cords surgically implanted into mine, they would definitely be fucking his. Like,
yeah. He nails it every single fucking night, too. He's off the chain. I've never heard him. We did probably like a 5 or 6 week tour with him, and I never heard him slipping one time.
So has any, like, what was some of the crazy things that had happened on tour? Like, some fun moments that you can remember?
I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens on tour. So much that it's kind of like every day.
Yeah, everybody says that. It just kind of melts together. And we lost. Did we lose audio? We can't hear you. There you go. We lost audio for a minute.
Sorry. Yeah, like I was saying, thank you. I have a camera holder. Tour is just crazy, period. Go on tour. And you can, that's all I can say, really. It's crazy as fuck, straight up.
What is your favorite gas station food?
My favorite, I don't really have a favorite gas station food. My favorite thing is when a gas station has a Starbucks attached to it, and I can get espresso.
What do you usually eat on tour?
On tour, I eat a lot of whatever restaurant is next to the venue type shit. A lot
Whatever
of veggie
restaurant
burgers
is
on
next
tour.
to a Starbucks.
Yeah, a lot of veggie burgers, a lot of not ever being full. I try to not eat until after our sets because I will actually literally throw up if I eat before a set for some weird reason. So.
Are you
Yeah.
vegan or vegetarian or anything?
I'm vegetarian, yeah. I'll dabble with fish every so often, but not really. I was vegan for like a year, and being on tour and being vegan is like one of the hardest things I've ever
Yeah.
experienced because you're just never satiated. But yeah, so I
okay.
find stuff. There's nothing memorable on tour that I eat that is worth telling anyone about. Basically, is what I'm getting at.
So the next segment that we usually do is we would usually ask you to go through your record collection and just say, you know, what's some of the things you've been listening to lately and what are some of your all-time favorite albums. So I guess we'll just, instead of you holding something up, you can just tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about Soul Niger within like 5 times already. That's, you know. Let me think of other favorite albums. Kilo Quiche, Reflections in Real Time is one of my favorite records. The Internet, Ego Death is another one of my favorite records. Are we talking just metal? Because I haven't.
No, we've had people tell us
Everything.
crazy shit like Fiona Apple and shit like that.
I mean, what's the name of that Fiona Apple record from the 90s that's so good that has like Sleep to Dream and all of that shit on it? I mean, dude, I have so many favorite records. But yeah, I love Air. Talkie Walkie is amazing. Pocket Symphony. Every Air record, period, is my favorite of all time. Fleetwood Mac, the self-titled, and Tango in the Night are 2 of my favorites. God, I'm trying to think. Dimmu, Puritanical, one of the best fucking records ever. I love Tegan and Sarah. What's the name of that Gorod record from like 2015? That shit is off the chain as well. Obviously, can't name it, so not that legit. But I love a lot of records, man, and I always forget. What's
the one CD that's been in your CD player for the past like 3 years in your car?
That would be Air.
Right on.
Talkie Walkie. Or, you know, Love 2 by Air is also one of my favorites. But Air, at any point in time, you can, there's an Air record that I'm listening to. So.
Right on. Is there anything in the comments right now, Dylan?
Any shows expected into Canada in 2017?
There is a Canada date that is booked later this year. Whether or not I will personally make it into Canada is another question, which has been our problem in the past.
Can you tell us about that? Because that's actually one of our questions that we usually ask, is because when we first started doing this, Chris Arp of Psyopus was telling us that he had issues getting into Canada. And I never expected the Canadian-U.S. border to be something difficult to cross.
Oh, it's one of the hardest.
Yeah, we've heard some crazy stories.
So I am 28 years old right now. When I was 19, I got a DUI, which is, you know, I drove under the influence, which obviously was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. But I've tried to get into Canada 2 times since then, and they won't let me in. Currently, I applied for rehabilitation, which cost me hundreds of dollars. Basically, it was a whole like paper filling out process, and I sent that in earlier this year. No, I sent that in last year, and currently they told me it's an 18-month wait to get an answer. So I'm going to try to get into Canada later this year. I believe we have only 1 date in Canada later this year. I think it's in, I can't remember, but I'm going to try my hardest to get in. But I've been denied at the border 2 times so far. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, dude, I want to play in Canada so badly. I have family in Canada, and it sucks. And getting a DUI, just for everyone out there who drives drunk right now, please fucking rethink that, because it'll ruin your life a lot further than getting a ticket or potentially killing someone. terrible decision. And Uber exists now. You know, we don't need DUIs.
Just Uber on tour into Canada.
Yeah, I wish.
So Alex Mathis says, "Tell Chaney I said hi. Also tell her that I'm proud of her." I don't know if you know Alex.
I do know Alex. Hey, Alex. Thanks, man.
And Bradley.
Good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Bradley Cruz wants to know how your internet is so good at the beach.
That would be called Verizon service, which I switched to recently. And dude, Verizon, best phone company on the fucking planet, obviously, because I have great service even at the Pacific Ocean, which you can see.
Yeah, Andrew says that Niall finally made it to Canada after a 15-plus year rejection.
Yeah, you know what? I have friends who got DUIs like 2 years ago who have made it into Canada. I really think that it's kind of like is the officer who's letting you cross into Canada nice enough? And so far I haven't.
It's funny because like the first time I heard this, I was thinking of the Canadian and U.S. border, and I was just like, I just picture a fucking like Mountie on a horse with one of those little wooden arm things, and there's like, oh, come on in, eh? Like,
right.
It never works out that way, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
I'm walking.
Let me read this one. Matt Douglas has posted this question 6 times.
Okay.
He said, I had to work early the next morning, so I missed when you guys came to Maine last summer. Did you enjoy the venue? To Maine.
Yeah, Portland, Maine. I remember that shit.
Did you enjoy the venue, local atmosphere, and attractions? And would you have to happen to have dates in Maine on future tours?
We don't have anything confirmed in Maine right now, but I do remember that Portland, Maine date, and that was like one of my favorite venues. And also everyone, there were a ton of people there, and everyone threw down hella hard in Maine. That was like one of the best. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking for a bathroom right now.
Oh, you're fine.
On the beach, but yeah.
So when it comes to like people in the pit at your shows, do you like to see people like hardcore dancing or slam dancing, or would you rather than push or wall of death or what?
I don't give a shit what people are doing as long as they're not hurting each other.
Right on.
Don't care.
Yeah, a lot of people have been speaking out against, just like people being like overly violent and stuff. And and being in metal bands and stuff for a long time, like I was one of those people that was just like, I want to see everybody fucking kill each other and spit on each other's bodies and shit. But then, like, now
you say that until you see people actually like violently hurt each other.
But in reality, you just want people to react to your music, I guess. But
right. Yep.
So our next segment we usually do is Everyday Carry, and what would be some of the things that you would find in your pockets or on your person every day?
Makeup, water, marijuana. All 3 of those things every day. Makeup. A change of clothes.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sergio asked, which band or musician have you met that left you starstruck?
Anthony Green, Circa Survive. That's the only person who's ever made me feel shooken up at all, because I've looked up to him since I was like 15 years old, and his lyrics have always been a huge thing for me, and he's one of the best singers on the entire planet. So yeah, Seos and Anthony Green, that's the only person.
At this point is usually when we would do a Would You Rather segment.
Okay.
But since you're a lady, I'm going to make them very easy and not as raunchy as possible for you.
That's bullshit.
This is would I rather bang?
Huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is an equality. Nick, you cannot. No, I disagree with this.
I'm going to put the phone down really quick. I have to pee for a second.
All right, we'll talk amongst ourselves. So at this time, I would like to remind everybody, she's just gonna get her phone stolen, and we're gonna see it live and happen. Either that or she's just peeing outside. So at this time, I'd like to let everybody know that if you share this post, you are in a drawing for a chance to win a Locust mini disc, which these are. I don't know exactly how rare they are, but I know that a lot of people don't have them, and you could be somebody who does. Also, smash that angry react just because I want to piss Keith off. I still need to do the research to see if that actually hurts our show at all, but...
No, whatever.
How funny would that be if somebody picked her phone up? I mean, it would be bad for her, but it'd just be too funny for us. So you want me to go full force on these Would You Rathers with her?
Absolutely. I don't think that's fair.
All right, people who watch this show normally, let me know in the comments if you think that I should full force Would You Rather or be a gentleman.
You know which questions not to ask.
Actually, I have some big news for everyone that I haven't announced yet. So, this week we've been doing our Guess Our Next upcoming interview kind of thing, and you might have seen them sprinkled on our page. But our mystery guest for next week is actually going to be Ed Gain. So,
boom.
Yeah, everybody get really excited about that because that's going to be fucking crazy. And the winner is going to be announced after the show. You already know who you are if you are the winner because you were the first person to comment Ed Gain. So did you find a bathroom?
I found a crevice of a person's, like the corner of a person's house. I was going to say that's the most graceful PI I've ever done on the beach, but it's like on an interview, so I don't think it's that graceful.
And only like 2,000 people saw it.
That's actually the least graceful pee that I've ever had on a beach.
Well, I guess that's appropriate, and I guess the fans have spoken and they want you to go full force on Would You Rather. So
okay, let's do it.
I'm going to give it to you. Alright, so would you rather eat a light bulb every day when you poop everything's okay? Or would you rather eat a light bulb, or would you rather be able to eat anything you want, but when you poop it's light bulb glass?
I mean, I'd rather 100% rather eat a light bulb every day.
Drown in piss or drown
what kind
in vomit?
of a fucking question is that, dude? No one wants to poop a light bulb.
Some people really like food.
That's true.
Would you rather
starve?
Would you rather drown in piss or drown in vomit?
Piss, absolutely.
Would you rather pee every time you stand up or shit every time you sit down?
Are you fucking kidding me? I guess pee every time Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, I'd rather pee every time I stand up.
Would you rather secrete a smaller amount of shit, like sweat, from your skin
Why
every day?
Can I ask you a question? What kind of people listen to my band that are only asking me questions about would I rather piss or shit?
These
in
questions
certain
were from,
are these from you?
We have a couple groups that we post in.
Oh my god.
We decided we wanted to do a Would You Rather segment. So we just had people send us Would You Rather questions, and then we use them every week on the show.
What does it say about you guys that everyone wants to... It's only Would You Rather piss or shit?
We are very dick and fart joke oriented here on this, this podcast. So...
Incredible.
Would you rather secrete a small amount of shit like sweat from your skin every day, or turn into a full-fledged were-turd once a night on a full moon once a month?
I would definitely rather do the full-fledged were-turd. Are you kidding me?
Would you rather have 2 sphincters on the palms of your hands, and every time you touch a doorknob or turn something, it shits? Or would you rather have them on your feet, and every time you go upstairs, they shit?
Oh my god. I'd rather have them wherever on, I guess on my feet, because I go up less stairs than I do turn doorknobs. Jesus Christ.
Pubic hair for teeth or teeth for pubic hair?
Teeth for pubic hair. Absolutely.
Would you rather have Cheeto finger dust, like Cheeto dust on your fingers for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Or would you rather have a continuous pee drip in your pants?
Obviously the Cheetos. Jesus Christ. Cheeto crumb hand or whatever.
Would you rather have a nipple-sized penis or penis-sized nipples?
Holy shit. I was gonna say penis-sized nipples, but let's take a second and think about a nipple-sized penis. I mean, whatever. That's fine. Can I put it wherever I want on my body?
Sure. We're open to interpretation.
Then nipple-sized penis, definitely.
Would you rather fight a duck-sized horse or 100 horse-sized ducks? No, wait, I said that wrong. A horse-sized duck, or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses. A fucking horse-sized duck would be a killer. Yeah. Those things are scary. Yeah, the horses.
Shower in fish tank water or have raisins for fingernails?
I would shower in fish tank water. I'd do that. That's fine.
Arms for legs or legs for arms? You have a set of 4 of them.
Arms for legs. That would be fucking pretty awesome. I'd have thumbs on my feet.
I'm skipping that one, Dylan. I can't ask it.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah. All right. So
I respect that.
Here's a different question.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to one, if you have to listen to one band for the rest of your life, it's Nickelback or ICP. Go.
ICP. I'd much rather be a juggalo than subject myself to listening to Nickelback for that long of a period.
Fight a teenage bear or 3 ostriches on coke.
I just want to see what 3 ostriches on coke look like, so obviously that.
Would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys or naked pictures of Guy Fieri?
Oh, I want naked pictures of Guy Fieri without the would you rather. I just want to check them out.
Would you rather have vagina armpits or an armpit between your legs?
Oh, I'd rather have an armpit between my legs. Vagina armpit.
Would you rather cut off one of your fingers for $5,000, or would you rather cut off one of your fingers or pay $5,000 to the person you hate most to go on vacation?
Oh, the second. I don't really hate anyone that much, so I'd give them $5,000.
Would you rather live forever or die in the next 5 minutes?
I would. I don't know. Living forever is a high. I don't know. That's undecided. That's the hardest one you've given me. It is.
You have to fuck one, marry one, kill one. Steve Buscemi, Danny DeVito, and the lead singer of Smash Mouth.
I would definitely fuck Steve Buscemi, marry Danny DeVito, and kill the Smash Mouth guy.
That's a pretty accurate answer.
I think that is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Would you rather die on the Titanic or the World Trade Center?
Whew. It depends where I was on each. If I died right away, I wouldn't really mind either of them, but probably not. I don't know. That's really hard.
You have to drink your mom's breast milk or your dad's urine.
My mom's breast milk. I've already done that before in my life. You know, it's nothing new.
Would you rather be Would you rather be turned on by men wearing Crocs or fedoras?
Fedoras. I am turned on by men wearing fedoras already. So.
All right, so you've made it through the gauntlet. Congratulations.
Finally, thank God. Holy shit, that was hard. That was hard.
Please don't, interpret our journalistic integrity by those questions.
We all are. We're all.
I just want to add, we are giving away a Locust mini disc for anyone who shares this post. You will be putting.
I thought it was a mini dick. Everyone's gonna be really disappointed.
You get Justin Pearson's mini dick if you share this post.
Holy shit! All right, share this.
Also, I would like to add, next week on the show we are gonna have Ed Gain. The entire band, if I am
Which,
not...
can I ask a question? Is this, I know that you guys do reunion interviews. That has to be what Ed Gein is, right? That's not,
I believe that they're still doing stuff, but I don't know how...
They are?
Yeah, I'm not exactly positive, but I've seen them a couple times. They're fucking amazing, and I've basically followed their career. I just haven't seen anything recently, so... Who
yeah,
knows?
we were... Yeah.
So basically, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you guys for putting up with everything. I've never put my cell phone down to pee on an interview before.
We were saying it'd be kind of crazy if somebody picked up your phone and just ran or something. And
I know.
At least we'd be able to catch them. Dylan, is there anything else in the questions right now?
What makes you angry?
What makes me angry?
Long interviews when she's on vacation.
I'm actually, I don't really get angry about that many things. If someone, I can't, I don't know, not much makes me angry, really. I'm a fairly neutral person, and I try to, like, see from both sides of things. I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Is that all there was, Dan?
Yeah.
There's a lot of comments. We just have to screen through a lot of them.
Are there a lot of comments?
There's a fair amount last time I looked. I haven't been looking.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just a bunch of. It's like how about making Central South America tours in the future? Maybe Costa Rica?
I mean, dude, hey, about those tours, we're gonna tour everywhere in the world that is fucking possible or presented to us. So you've got to make that happen a little more than I do. To whoever was asking about that tour, it all has to do with demand, and we'll be wherever we're wanted. We're trying to go everywhere. So we're a full-time band, and you're not gonna get rid of us anytime soon.
Is there anything that you'd like to plug or tell the people about?
I just want you guys to pay attention to our social media outlets, because I feel like we're going to be, I know for a fact we're going to be announcing our new album very soon. It's coming out this year, so pay attention, because we're going to be putting out some stuff soon and announcing some cool things.
Right on.
Yeah.
We also, as you can tell, we do a lot of giveaways on our show. And the only way that we can fuel those is if people send us in stuff because from you coming on the show, obviously we get your fans to like our page and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
like their page, you guys. Go like it. Sheep's Clothing, like that shit.
Thank you. But is there anything that you think that you could send us to be able to go into a future giveaway?
Yeah, let's talk. Well, I'll send you some stuff. We'll do some Entheos giveaways for sure.
On. So, the last and final question is, what has been the most fulfilling moment of your career?
There have been a lot. There have been times when I've seen people scream back at me the lyrics that I've written, which, I write all of our lyrics, and just to have that happen is a really, really crazy experience. That's definitely been the most rewarding thing, just to have anyone come up to us and say that they've listened to our music or any of that stuff,
That's a great answer, for sure.
Yeah, it's just all stuff that I never really thought was possible, and I am more thankful than any of you could ever know that people listen to our music. Like, it literally could bring me to tears how thankful I am for that, because it's not an easy thing to start a band and to try to get your name out there and do all of that. So yeah, I'm just being able to do all of this is what I'm the most thankful for, and having people who are interested in what we do. That's the best part of this by far. And just meeting new people. I've met so many people through being in a band that it's changed my life completely. So I'm so absolutely thankful for that.
Right on. Well, yet again, thank you so much for showing up tonight, and
of course,
we really appreciate everything. It's been a great time, and have fun on the rest of your vacation.
Thanks, man. I will, for sure. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you to both of you for interviewing me and giving a shit at all about what we do. Enough to ask me some questions.
Well, we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
What a nice lady.
Aaron says those kids seem hyped on the new album release.
Yeah. Let me pop my camera back on here, and then we'll continue with the rest of our show. Yeah, it was pretty good. We had a decent amount of people show up tonight, and got the word out on some great things. Coming up next week, Ed Gain, motherfuckers. We're back. You thought we only played? You thought we only interviewed small bands, huh? No, we've been trying to help out for the last for the last like 2 months, we've kind of taken a break from getting bigger acts on the show, and we wanted to kind of, since we've gained a little momentum, we wanted to share that with up-and-coming acts that we thought were worth the notoriety to be on the same channel as some of the bands that we have interviewed. And it's absolutely paid off, because every single interview that we've done, we've never had a bad one, I don't think, except for Goat and Your Mom, which I didn't really enjoy that one. But other than that, every other interview we've ever done has been pretty spectacular.
Would you please take my giant picture off?
Oh fuck! I'm sorry, Dylan. I'm sorry, Dylan.
I have 3 screens here, and it's just 3 screens of me looking like a fucking retard.
I thought I clicked it. My bad, man. I'm sorry.
No.
You gotta remind me of these things, dude.
Well, I did. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Share this video. Get a mini locust, mini dick. You know, I'm getting a box of fucking 90 of these things.
Good.
And now we're gonna do this every week. We're gonna do, if you share, you're in the running for a mini dick, and it's just gonna. I think that joke is gonna last the entire time until we've done. I've sent 90 of these in the mail. So we're gonna try out a couple new little spots after we are done with the interview. We kind of want to make the show a little bit longer and more revolving around us. Since we've been doing interviews, we've kind of taken it off of us and put it mostly like, oh, here's a fucking 2-hour long interview and we'll see you next week. So if you care to stick around, if not, I mean, I don't really give a shit. We're just doing this to have fun. So Dylan, what have you been watching this week?
What have I been watching?
Yeah. I feel like my kids, motherfucker.
I've been watching my blood pressure go up. I've been watching kids. I mean, I guess I started watching Newsroom a little bit.
What the fuck's Newsroom?
It's got Jeff Daniels in it.
Oh, really?
It's on HBO.
That's the Big Lebowski, right?
Huh?
That's the Big Lebowski, right?
That's Jeff Bridges.
Oh, who's Jeff Daniels?
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're basically the same fucking guy. No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love both of them, though. And they are strangely similar actors. That's kind of crazy.
What answer were you looking for this? Because this is all the... What are you looking for here?
For what are you watching?
Yes. Is there a trick question?
No, it's just... What have you been watching? Like,
I've been watching a lot of YouTube. How about that?
Yeah. Well, this week...
Dude,
what?
No. I like watching, shows that are coming. Like, Cattle Decapitation's coming through town.
Fuck yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Cattle D videos.
You like to get hyped up before you go see them?
I just like to, know what to expect.
Have you ever seen Cattle Decapitation?
I've seen them like 3 times without you.
I was about to say, like, they're one of the best live performances I've ever seen, for sure.
Yeah, I saw them at Orpheum last time they came, and there was seriously like 15 people there.
Dude, his vocals are insane.
There was not a lot of people. Yes.
It's so fucking insane.
I think they're playing on like a Tuesday night, too, so... No, I'll go again. I like the Orpheum. It's a cool venue. It's small. I prefer the intimate venues than the...
Yeah, for sure.
Than the festivals, for sure.
I hate fucking festivals. I can't stand the shit. I only went to Warped Tour to see Acacia Strain.
I cannot believe you stood in that fucking heat all day long.
Dude, my body's been killing me all day today. I'm definitely feeling it. Luckily, I didn't get any fucking sun, really. Like, I lathered up in fucking suntan lotion. But, this week, I have been watching... I was excited to see Chris D'Elia's new stand-up. Have you ever heard Chris D'Elia? Dude, on Netflix, he has 2 releases. He has one called Incorrigible, and he has one called Man on Fire. And the first one, Incorrigible, came out a while ago, and it's my fiance Maggie's favorite comedian. So, like, she's like, oh, you have to sit down and watch this. And of course I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be fucking horrible. But I'm like, I was so, like, it was hilarious. It was really fucking funny. And it's kind of been, like, inside jokes our entire relationship from this comedian. So he put out a new stand-up special, and it It's called Man on Fire. You can find it on Netflix, and it's absolutely fucking hilarious, dude. I thought it was pretty good. Other than that, I've been sticking to the regular, like The Office, Parks and Rec. I've been watching a lot of Intervention lately, which is absolutely fucking crazy to think that like I should have had an intervention not too long ago, and
it wouldn't have done any good,
dude. Yeah, it wouldn't have, but that show is insane.
Yeah, I think interventions that are not on TV, it's either going to push you further away or it's going to help you realize. But anybody that honestly cared would help you not get to that point in the first place.
Yeah, you find it's a lot of like rich parents that like don't care. They're like, "Well, we got money and we're good together, so see you later, kids," or whatever. But yeah, there's been a lot of crazy shit. So what have you been listening to this week?
Ooh, I've been listening a lot of post-punk. Like, I don't know. What's the band called? Dive, D-I-I-V.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm getting really into the smooth bass lines, the new wave type music.
Yeah. Dude,
I honestly listen to everything. It all depends.
Yeah, I'd say non-metal this week. I've been listening to a lot of Do Make Say Think. Do you remember that band?
Yes. I have them on rotation. I've also been listening to a lot of Frontier.
Yeah,
like that's my shit, dude. Like they're
tough.
And
the next announcement after Ed Gain, we're gonna have a member of Frontier on the show the following week. That just got set in stone today. It'll be up in our events category pretty soon.
The Frontier. I was listening to him and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit him up because I looked at my messenger and I hit them up in like February.
Yeah.
And then they never said anything back. And then I see they did their album release. Did you order it?
No, I haven't.
Probably because it's like $60 to get it to us.
If I play my cards right, I might not have to order. I'll pay for it.
Cough. No, but dude, it's legit. Like I listened to it probably 3 times today.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great. I like it. But anyways, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna hit them up again and see if they'll write back. And they're like, hey man, we're already talking to Nicholas. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I hit him up months ago too, and it took a while for the guy that lives overseas to hit me back up. And then, because I guess there's a time difference, and I was probably in his fucking hidden messages or whatever on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I talked to him, and like, he said he wanted to do it months ago. Like, at least 2 months ago, he said he wanted to do it. And then I hit him up again, and I was like, I'm trying to work this out because we have a lot of overseas bands that we want to interview, like Crowpath and Frontier and Cutting.
I definitely want. I want to do a reunion, or not a reunion, a re-interview with Krupskaya.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get the guys back on.
Tim
is actually not a part of the band anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my main contact for Krupskaya, but I have the other members added on Facebook now, and we talk every now and then. I was trying to help them get a U.S. tour, and that would be fucking phenomenal. I would love to see them, and they're all about it. They just need somebody over here to set up the tour, and then they'd be good. But other than Do Make Say Think, I've been listening to. Well, I always listen to a lot of Dan Deacon, but at the Kava bar, when it's slow or whatever, they're like, "Yo, here's the tablet. Put on some music." So I've been trying to I've been listening to a lot of music that's not super heavy to play for them, and I went in there the other day and they're actually just playing Do Make Say Think, which is pretty cool because it's like I turned somebody on to something. They think Dan Deacon's a little strange. Yeah, it is Kava music.
Yeah. They
think Dan Deacon's a little strange, but
he is. The Brahms album is probably the only thing you could actually play.
Yeah, that's the one I go to is straight to Brahms, and I turn on Snookered because I love that song. Let's see, metal. What have I looked up this week to listen to? Actually, I've been listening to nonstop. It's actually still sitting here on top. Still sitting here on top of my record player. This is the new See You Space Cowboy.
Yes.
And
dude, good review. Good review.
Yeah, I couldn't stop fucking talking about it. Like, I was just like, dude, it's so fucking good. It reminds me so much of, like, Heavy Lolo. Like, it's so much. It's so crazy.
Personal opinion, I honestly think that I fancy them over Heavy Lolo, although Heavy Lolo will hold a dear place in my heart.
No,
that new album is fucking...
Nothing can be Heavy Lolo. Like, Heavy
Well,
Lolo
they're not going to be Heavy Lolo, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I really...
I mean,
awesome.
Like, even in the review that I did, I said, this sounds like a Heavy Lolo album that came out after they broke up. Like, it sounds like they just put out another album. And, you know, it's not like Heavy Lolo worship. It's not like, oh, we're going to write an album exactly like them. It's definitely their own style.
For sure.
But it just... That's what your mind goes to, is the stuff that you can assimilate it to. And it's just... It's so on point, and it's so good. Well, this was a short one tonight, huh?
Are you done?
No, well, I was thinking, like, it was 10:20. We started at, like, 9:15. Yeah, this is a short one. We usually go to at least 11.
Well, she was on vacation, like, on the beach with her friends, and...
Yeah, and you know what? It's strange, because I thought she was being kind of long-winded with her answers, which is great for us. Like, I love when people do that. And it still ended up short, and we asked the same amount of questions. Did we even ask Keith's questions?
She answered a lot of them.
Yeah.
To where we didn't have to, because I wasn't going to ask questions she's already covered. So.
Yeah, that's very true. I feel like there was like 4 or 5 of them that I couldn't ask because she answered them with all the other questions. And I find a lot of the stock questions get asked in the comments sometimes too. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could also hit her up and let her know that she can go in the comments and answer the questions after the fact too.
Yeah,
so
I always think that's really awesome when bands give enough shit about that, you know, and they go do that shit.
No, that's definitely the. I mean, because Scott and Jeff, they went on the page and answered all the questions again after they've already answered them.
Dude, Zayo is like so in touch with people, and like they're so fucking down to earth. That's absolutely, you know, and it's crazy because when we went into that interview, I wasn't expecting much. I was like, you know, these guys, and like, when I was younger, I was really into Zayo. I really liked him a lot. Like the fucking the Legendary album, and you know, previous, I was super into them, but they didn't. That's the thing about like metal artists. You never expect them to just be so fucking nice. You expect them to be dicks, like Vincent from Acacia Strain. When we were talking before this, we were like, "Man, it'd be so cool to get Vincent on here," and I'm just like, "No, he would just." I feel like he would be such a jerk to me. it would break my fragile little heart because I fucking love them so much.
That's what I'm telling you. You want to start doing like actual talk to people in person interviews?
I feel like we could handle that better. I don't know,
dude. I'm brittle. I couldn't handle because I read body language pretty well.
Dylan, you're a big dude. I doubt anybody's.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna
fucking mean shit to you.
I'm not gonna fucking intimidate people to fucking talk to us. That's not how this shit works. I want them to talk to us, and with them going through the extra effort of downloading Skype and getting a hold of us and this and that, you know, it's. I've told you this before, and I really like the Skype thing. You know, it may not be as.
And we get to do
cool
it from our own homes, which is kind of cool.
But they get to do it from wherever the fuck they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, she was on Huntington Beach in California, and we're halfway across the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool concept. It really is.
I really miss the call my mom segment.
Call your mom.
Nah, she's in bed now. I'd have to talk with her earlier, but that's funny as fuck. When we started doing this, that was our go-to interview. Was my mom.
We're at 10 viewers. Call your mom.
Yeah, do you remember that when we started out and we'd have like fucking under 200 views? That was crazy.
I'm just saying, our 1 year is in like 3 weeks. We've been doing this for a year.
Yeah, we gotta do something big.
Well, apparently it's going to be Ed Gain. So
Is it?
yeah.
Dude, well, that's a fucking hell of a 1 year anniversary, man.
So you have Beth. Yeah, I mean that's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I guess we'll
It's
just
close
call
to-
it. That'll be the 1 year anniversary interview.
There you go.
And then everybody's treat will be whenever it comes up in my time hop, I'll fucking post the very shitty, horrible first ever sheep's clothing. Wasn't even named sheep's clothing yet.
It was what the fuck was it called? It was called do you know what it's called?
No, I don't remember. I remember it was
called,
something stupid.
Like check it out. It was called what was it? It was called it was something like that.
I thought it was like something talk or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
We'll figure it out. It'll come back and it'll haunt us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that first episode, man, that was brutal.
The first couple episodes were brutal, and then
Yeah.
like the episode where we covered the debate, like had the debate in the bottom hand corner, and we're just like, well, the person we're interviewing fell through, and we're here to cover the debate. We had like Josh giving us updates and shit. And we're just like, fuck this. Let's talk about flat Earth.
That's cool. You know, Lou's in Florida right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think he's visiting Josh right now.
He said he was gonna hit me up when he got down here. So
Yeah, me too. Lou.
yeah, Lou. We'll see how that goes.
Lou.
Maybe we'll all go out to the coffee bar. It'd be so hard to drag Josh there. But I've been trying for months.
It involves him leaving the house.
Yeah. Love you, Josh. All right, bud. Well, it's been a good one. I'm happy with the way this week's turned out.
Absolutely.
And I don't mind getting, 1,600 views out the gate. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys.
Yeah. Hey, any luck on finding a job?
I've had one interview that I couldn't attend, and I've got like 3 emails in my inbox right now that I'm talking with. So, hopefully this week I'll have it. Everything will be solved, and I'll get my car back, be able to do my business, and we'll be good.
You should do Uber in the dark.
That's like highly impossible. Oh yeah,
They would
Dylan.
be so mad.
Dylan, give us a big smile because it's the last week we'll see you with braces.
No, I get them off on the 13th. What day is that?
I don't know.
You might see me next week with them. I have a feeling I'm gonna fucking show up and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you need 3 more months."
You need
Anyway,
eternity with braces. There you go.
you turned out all right now.
All right. Well,
Beautiful.
everybody, thanks for showing up tonight. Remember, you still can share this video and you'll be in the drawing for a Locust mini dick.
How many shares are we at?
Oh, I don't know. 18 shares. So it'll be fairly easy to find somebody in there to give it to. Yeah. Well, everybody, you have a good night. And this is Big Sheep saying Arrivederci.
No. What did I tell you to say?
I don't remember. That's the new one though. I like Arrivederci.
Arbidarcho. What is that?
What's that Nazi movie with Brad Pitt? That Quentin Tarantino movie. Inglourious Bastards. He's got the like Texas accent. He's like Arrivederci.
I always thought it was like Swedish Chef or some shit.
It's time to say Avita's into your balls.
Border, port.